Well, I know probably do mean the vast majority are going to give this a 10 out of 10. And I usually buckle the convention and say the opposite of what people want me to say. But I do agree, this trailer overall was pretty good. Again, a lot of issues embedded in my overall approval. So let's get to the good stuff immediately without spoiling too much, which of course is the Emperor, which they've been hiding. I mean, really hiding. Not even in the preview photos or behind the scenes. Like, what does he look like? What are they going to do? We didn't get that much, only a few frames, really. A little bit of dialogue. And overall, I am happy. I think he made the right choice. I know Christopher Walken. I don't just see his comedic action role. So he's a very great actor. Probably one of the greatest actors we've ever had. So, not scared about the performance. Still, in terms of the books, I do think they went a little too far in making him like pure evil. He does seem kind of super Machiavellian villain, and I think in the books he's more ambiguous Machiavellian schemer, but that's me. Overall, no major complaints, but there are some quibbles about the lore with his age, but that's a more specialized issue. And then we have a lot of House Harkonnen. Like, I was surprised how much we have, and they're definitely teasing a certain confrontation, which I hope they do, but again, it could be a tease. And this is not the books. This is definitely Denis' vision of the House Harkonnen and how they operate. And it just felt like they were dumbing down a little bit too much with Peter in the first film, and here again, Thade and the Baron seem to be on the same page, whereas... But we're going to have to wait and see if the conflicts with House Harkonnen are going to be maintained, or if they're going to simplify it into, good guys and bad guys. But let me not skimp on the praise. I did like that we see Josh Brolin. I did like a lot of the action being shown. I thought it was very powerful and very communicating just how much support Paul is going to rally with the Fremen and others. And I think Timothée really outdid himself. And we definitely see hints that Paul is not who we think he is. So I think they laid out the clues and laid out the basic structure of the book fairly well in terms of the basic plot. So there I was not unhappy. However, the more and more we get into it, there are some quibbles I have to say, because if you're a general audience, yes, you're probably going to give this a 9.25. No doubt this did what many people wanted, to get the flavor of the excitement and the sheer thrill of being in an epic with Paul as the central protagonist. But if you're a book fan, I think you're only going to give this more of an 8 out of 10, saying, okay, this is pretty good, but they definitely changed a few things. And if you're a super hardcore purist, it's very uneven. So what are the problems? Well, I think it's a curious case of what we're missing. So we're missing the Mentats. We got no Thufir, as far as I could see. This is just a continuous problem with Denis, that the Mentats have not been represented so far very well. That's a little annoying. They're very critical to the lore, so the Mentats are still missing. And let me not skip the obvious, which is Alia. We don't see Alia, and Alia is not big in the book, at least the first one, but she does play a vital role at the end. But if she's not present, then that will not happen, and that's connected to House Harkonnen. So what are we going to do? I don't know. Some people are saying she is there, but as a digital effect. Like when we see someone with a hood walking, that's her. But at this point, we don't know, so it's very unclear. So with Alia, it's a big question mark. And overall, there's other little parts that are missing, and we could go on forever. So there's a kind of issue of the absences of certain characters, certain scenes. Again, it's a trailer. We're not getting everything. And I don't want to be too negative. I think overall, for a general audience and for many book lovers, this will be very well received. But I can't help thinking that, yeah, we're definitely getting the Denis vision of Dune, but Frank Herbert has sort of been left behind. A distorted picture of the philosophy and deeper politics of what Frank Herbert was up to, and that is a little disappointing, unfortunately.